It's that time of the year again. MLB All-Star ballot for the 2024 season is out, so you know I've got to give you my way too early MLB All-Star voting predictions. We're currently in phase 1 of the All-Star voting. If you want to try it out, link is in the description. This is essentially where you have the opportunity to get down to the finalists for the All-Star Game starters, which then get finalized in phase 2 that ends on July 3rd. So I'm going to go through every position in the leagues, tell you who I think is the All-Star as of right now today, which is June 11th, and you can let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with me or disagree with me. I have a feeling you're probably going to disagree with me on that a lot because that's what you guys do. Starting off with the American League first at first base, Tristan Casas had a crazy good start, but it's not going to be him. Vlad Jr., 795 OPS has been better of recent, but no power really. Ryan Mountcastle right now has the best OPS we've seen at 819. He can't be the best option, right? That doesn't feel like it should be, and those are our choices. Ryan Mountcastle, essentially, or Josh Naylor. I could be Josh Naylor. Vlad Jr. I mean, Mountcastle's just having a better year all around than these guys. It's not going to be Casas. The first base in the American League, the choices are pretty horrendous. I guess we're going to go with Ryan Mountcastle because there doesn't seem to be any better option. So Ryan Mountcastle at first base. 819 OPS in Baltimore, too, is kind of interesting because left field's so crazy now. Now, for the National League at first base, again, Pete. No, it shouldn't be Pete. There's definitely someone playing better than Pete right now. Michael Busch started off hot and cooled off. Same thing with Jake Cronenworth. Freddie Freeman, of course, 879 OPS, pretty disgusting. Bryce Harper, 920 OPS. I believe he's going to have the highest one. So right now it's between Bryce and Freddie. I'm not picking Lamont Wade. Christian Walker's been solid. As much as it pains me, it's probably got to be Bryce, right? Just a better overall season. Freeman's got the higher average, but Harper's got the better OPS by about 50 points. So we'll put Bryce Harper as our first baseman. All right, now to second base for the American League. Altuve's playing well. Always has, always will. Michael Massey, low-key having a really good year for the Royals, but I don't think it's going to be him. It seems like Altuve is going to be the pretty obvious pick here. It's actually shocking. I know the OPS is down across the league just in general because baseball completely messed with the balls again this year. They're super dead. It's very pitcher-friendly. But looking at these numbers, I mean, there's not really any other option besides Jose Altuve. I guess you could consider Marcus Semien, but I got to go with Jose Altuve here. Just has better numbers overall. And then on the National League side, again, this is a weird one. I'm not picking Luis Arias. I don't care what his OPS is. 751 is not going to cut it. Nolan Gorman's been playing well. He's been hot. Ketel Marte, of course, has been phenomenal. Just one of the most underrated players in all of Major League Baseball. And Bryce Strang, shout out to Bryce Strang, having a really good year. I didn't expect to be looking up in June 11th to see Bryce Strang hitting 300 with a nearly 800 OPS. So he could get some votes too. I don't think that would be crazy. But as of right now, we're going to go with Ketel Marte. He's like my second baseman in all my fantasy leagues. I love Ketel Marte, my favorite player on the Diamondbacks right now for sure. Okay, third base. Third base in the American League. Bregman's been getting hot, but not really. Devers went on that crazy tear. 932 OPS for him is pretty disgusting. Isaac Paredes is very good. J-Ram is just casually having an unbelievable season. 275, 18 homers, 62 RBIs, 890 OPS, carrying that Guardians team. They've been great. Shout out Luis Rengifo and Josh Smith, too. Having solid little seasons thus far, as well as Jordan Westberg. I think it's got to be Jose Ramirez, right? It's got to be J-Ram. I don't think I can pick Paredes. Devers has been really good. Oh, man, is it Devers or J-Ram? I'm going to go J-Ram. I'm picking the guy with the lower OPS. I know that's criminal, but he's just been so important to that Guardians team there in first place. 18 homers, 62 RBIs is disgusting. So I'm going to pick J-Ram, and you can get mad at me in the comments. Now, for the National League, yeah, Arenado's been terrible. Alec Boehm started off so hot, has evened out a little bit. I don't want to say cooled off, but he's evened out a little bit. He's probably the favorite as of right now. Ryan McMahon's been playing good baseball. Shout out Joey Ortiz. That trade ended up being pretty decent for both sides. I know Corbin Burns is the better player. Joey Ortiz has been a nice little find for the Brewers. Just a good overall Major League third baseman. 843 OPS. Max Muncy, nearly 800. Oh, man, am I really going to pick Alec Boehm as a starting third baseman in the National League? Yeah, I have to. He's been good. The Phillies are the best team, arguably, in baseball. They've been playing like it. 51 RBIs is pretty impressive. I know he only has 6 home runs, but Alec Boehm's been really good. Okay, at shortstop. Well, we're not picking Javier Baez. Carlos Correa, I mean, that's a pretty decent year, but we kind of have a pretty good idea who the shortstop's going to be. Gunnar Henderson with 21 homers and 46 RBIs. Just going through everybody, making sure we're not missing, but it should be Gunnar. This feels like probably the easiest pick of the entire video. Corey Seager, low-key, has been good, but okay, I'll take that back. It's probably not the easiest pick of the entire video. I forgot Bobby Witt Jr. existed. He's been absolutely disgusting. But the right choice still is Gunnar Henderson. Bobby Witt's going to make it. There's no doubt he's going to make the All-Star team. But Gunnar Henderson, I think, deserves to be the starter. 21 home runs. He's putting up an MVP season. And then in the National League, C.J. Abrams started off hot, cooled off a little bit. Willy Adames has been back to normal. Mookie Betts, MVP caliber shortstop this year. It's crazy that he's still hitting as well as he is while playing a completely new position this year. Mookie Betts is a stud. Ellie De La Cruz completely cooled off. Francisco Lindor is getting hotter, but still not there. My boy Ezequiel Tovar has had a great season, great sophomore year. And Mason Wynn's been really good too. Great bottom of the order guy for the Cardinals. Tovar, you've been great. You should make the All-Star team. Should probably be the Rockies' lone representative. But I'm going to go with, obviously, Mookie Betts. The guy's probably the favorite to win the National League MVP this year. He's just been incredible. Now for the catcher position. Who are we going to go with here? We've got Yainer Diaz, who just got hot this last week, otherwise been terrible. Danny Jansen, Ryan Jeffers. Love me some Ryan Jeffers. Glad to see he's playing well this year. Logan O'Hoppy's been pretty good. Salvi, probably going to be Salvi. Oh, Salvador Perez has just been such a friggin' beast. I can't believe how good he's been. He just keeps getting better and better. Oh, and Adley Rutschman, too. Oh, who are we picking, Adley or Salvi? Oh, this is so difficult. Whoa. It's probably Adley. It's probably Adley. I love both these players. They're two of my favorite catchers in all of Major League Baseball right now. Like, you've got the higher OPS with Salvi, but more home runs, RBIs, higher average, better defense, surely, with Adley. I haven't really looked at the catching framing numbers this year, but Adley historically has been better than Salvi catching-wise. Oh, this one's going to hurt me, but I'll take Adley Rutschman. We'll put him as the starting catcher. It doesn't hurt me. I like both these guys. I shouldn't be saying that. It doesn't hurt me, but I would have probably been okay with either of those picks, but we'll go Adley. Has been great. Now for the National League, Francisco Alvarez has been hurt. Patrick Bailey's not really the choice. William Contreras playing at a ridiculously high level. Wilson Contreras got hurt, but the numbers were crazy before he did. We're not picking anybody else here. Will Smith. It's between Will Smith and William Contreras. I did not realize, I guess, how hot Will Smith and they've just been really this close this whole year. Their numbers are extremely comparable. Who am I going to pick? I think I'll go with William Contreras. The guy's been phenomenal. Start of the year, he was an MVP candidate. Great defensively, too, behind the plate. William Contreras is an absolute stud. This is where it's going to get, I think, wow, this is hard. This is where it's going to get a little bit harder, though. The outfield position, we have to pick 3 guys per league that we think are all-stars right now. Now, going through this outfield list, Willie Abreu's had a great year, but not picking him. Who else do we have as we scroll down and scroll down? Colton Cowser really has cooled off quite a bit. Jarren Duran's having a nice year. I don't think he's going to be one of the choices. Same thing with Riley Green. Nice year, not one of the choices. We know one of them will be Aaron Judge. 305 average, 24 homers, 59 RBIs, 1139 OPS, and this guy was ice cold the first month of the season. Aaron Judge is playing out of control good, so he's going to be our first pick without a doubt. Stephen Kwan's been injured. I believe he's back, playing at an insanely high level, but I don't think he's played enough. I don't think he's played enough. We'll have to check the numbers maybe if it comes down to it. Tyler O'Neill's been really good. Ooh, man, he only has 18 RBIs with 11 home runs. That is one of the most bizarre lines I've ever seen. I want to find, yeah, there he is. Juan Soto's definitely going to be the other All-Star Game starter. 318 average, 17 homers, 53 RBIs, and a 1024 OPS. It's actually crazy how much Juan Soto has fixed the New York Yankees. This team has looked completely different with him. Looked like one of the best teams in baseball. He's disgusting. And then, yeah, okay, the third choice is actually easy. Kyle Tucker, I know he's on the IL, but I believe he should be back in time for the All-Star Game. 19 homers, 40 RBIs, 979 OPS. Kyle Tucker is going to be my easy third pick for the starting outfield in the American League, which is a pretty stacked outfield. Now, let's compare it to what the National League has. I've seen some things. The National League outfield is looking rough, especially with Acuna down, especially with some guys not playing as well. It's going to be interesting. Weirdly enough, forgot I had a Harrison Bader Cardinals jersey. As much as he's a Met, we're not putting him on the All-Star team. Just does not deserve to be there. I know I'm wearing his jersey. It's a weird one. Bellinger's been all right. Jazz Chisholm's been all right. Michael Conforto. Brenton Doyle's been better than expected. But, jeez, look at these OPSs. Nobody screams All-Star. There's like the first one in the 800s. Teoscar Hernandez, 266, 16 homers, 48 RBIs, and 849 OPS. I really wanted the Mets to sign Teoscar Hernandez this offseason. Dodgers obviously got him. Been one of the better moves and pickups. He's been phenomenal, but I don't know if I can lock him just in yet because that's an OPS that there should be multiple guys that have that kind of level in terms of OPS. Let's see who else we've got on this list. Jeez, it is rough. Oh, yeah, man. Is Jurickson Profar? Jurickson Profar deserves to be a starting outfielder, right? 322 average, 10 homers, 43 RBIs, 921 OPS. It's taken like 10 years longer than we thought with Jurickson, but he's finally living up to that potential, and I think these are all-star starter numbers. Someone that you basically could have gotten off the scrap heap the last couple seasons. Kind of crazy to think, but Profar's been phenomenal. 921 OPS, got to be an all-star. Ryan Reynolds, no. Seiya Suzuki really hasn't played that much. I guess we're going to go with Tatis as well. 829 OPS, 13 homers, 35 RBIs. Oh, man. And Christian Yelich, I got to see how many games Yelich has played. But I guess, I know Tatis has played a lot. 13 homers, 35 RBIs, 829 OPS, 280 average. I guess he's one of the better ones. We have to compare how many games Yelich has played because the injuries. I don't think it's much. It's probably going to end up being Teoscar Hernandez, but let me check Yelich real quick. Yelich has played like 40 of the 70 games. I think right now the right move is to give it to Teoscar. I think by the time, like, if you vote for Christian Yelich, I don't think that's the wrong thing to do because you want to get him into phase 2, and that way you can help select the starters. And I think he should get into phase 2 as a starter option, and he might be the right pick once we get to the All-Star game. But for now, I think, crazy. Profar, Tatis, and Teoscar Hernandez. I don't think you could have possibly predicted that going into the season. These would be the 3 best choices for the National League outfielders, but there it is. All right, now for the DH. We know in the National League there's a really, really, really easy option. Actually, I guess it's technically not that easy because Marcell Ozuna is still playing out of his mind. Shohei Ohtani, though, it's Shohei. I don't think there's another option between those two. And yeah, I'm picking Shohei Ohtani every time. Oh no, Braves fans get so mad. I'm not picking the Braves guy. I'm going with Shohei Ohtani. You can be mad about it. He's one of the best players in baseball. I'm picking him. DH in the American League, Yordan Alvarez started off a little bit cooler, but he's been pretty good. It's got to be David Fry, right? Has to be David Fry. 1046 OPS. He's been so good. So good for the Guardians. We got to vote David Fry. Okay, if there's anything you take from this video, David Fry. David Fry needs to get your votes. David Fry needs to be an all-star game starter. That would be one of the cooler stories in baseball that I've had in a long time. Just this random dude who just pops up after having an okay season last year and just been one of the statistical, value-wise, better hitters in all of Major League Baseball. Vote David Fry. Here's what we're looking at. Let's go down the line completely. Ryan Mountcastle at first base with Bryce Harper, Jose Altuve and Ketel Marte, Jose Ramirez and Alec Boehm, Gunnar Henderson, Mookie Betts, Adley Rutschman, William Contreras, and then the outfielders, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Kyle Tucker, and then Teoscar Hernandez, Jurickson Profar, Fernando Tatis, with David Fry and Shohei Ohtani as the DHs. Feel pretty good about this. Honestly, didn't feel that difficult this year. There just haven't been, there hasn't been great offense. Like, the offense is super down in baseball, but these are going to be my picks. I'll submit them off camera because I don't want you guys seeing all my personal information, even though you know what my name is. But these are my picks. I'd love to know who you think deserves to be an all-star right now down in the comment section below. Who did I leave off my list that you think is just such a bad snub? Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, as well as subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content coming at you. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media. GiraffeNeckMarc links are in the description. And that's where I'll wrap up today's video. You guys know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload, so click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.